The winner's mindset. There's a reason the top 1% of people in this world think differently. They don't wait for opportunities. They create them. They don't blame others. They take full responsibility. And they don't make excuses. They make things happen. That's the winner's mindset. If you want to win in life, in business, in anything, the first thing you must understand is this. Excuses are lies we tell ourselves to feel better about quitting. You say you don't have time? Wrong. You haven't made it a priority. You say you're not lucky? No one is. Winners don't wait for luck. They grind until the door opens. You say you're tired? Good. So is everyone else. But the winners keep going, and that's what separates them. The foundation of a winner's mind. Every successful person you admire, from athletes to entrepreneurs to inventors, started with a choice. The choice to believe, the choice to fight, the choice to take control. Winners don't think like victims. They don't say, "Why me?" They say, "Try me." Because life will punch you, it will test you, it will tempt you to give up. But the ones who rise are the ones who refuse to settle. Winners understand that failure is a part of the process, not the end of it. They know that fear is just fuel, that pain builds power, and that discipline is the gateway to greatness. Mindset shift from excuses to action. When you operate from a mindset of strength, the world changes. Not because the world changes, but because you do. Winners don't wait for the perfect moment. They start where they are, with what they have. They don't make excuses about their past. They build a future. They don't say, "If only." They say, "What now?" Listen closely. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not unqualified. You are capable of building a life that most people only dream of, but only if you stop waiting and start acting. The power of focus and belief. Winners don't just dream, they direct their energy. They focus their time, their habits, their thoughts, all toward one mission. Win the day. They don't need outside validation. They validate themselves by what they do when no one is watching. Your thoughts shape your future. What you believe, you begin to manifest. So if you keep telling yourself stories like, "I'm not ready," or "It's too late," or "It's too hard," guess what? That becomes your truth. But winners, they rewrite that story. They say, "I will rise, I will learn, I will conquer." And because they say it, because they believe it, they live. If there's one thing you remember from today, let it be this. Excuses don't build empires. Action does. Victimhood doesn't change lives. Ownership does. You already have what it takes. It's time to use it. This is not the moment to hold back. This is your turning point, the beginning of your next chapter. And it starts with one decision: to think like a winner. Look in the mirror, not to judge yourself, not to criticize, but to face the truth. Where you are right now, in your finances, your fitness, your relationships, your success, is the result of your choices. Not your parents, not your past, not the economy, your boss, your teacher, or your neighborhood. You. Winners don't run from this truth. They embrace it, because the moment you take full responsibility is the moment you gain full control. Accountability, the superpower of high performers. Accountability isn't about blame, it's about ownership. Winners don't point fingers. They look at their results and say, "If it's meant to be, it's up to me." That's why winners rise faster after failure. They don't cry about what went wrong. They ask, "What did I miss? What can I do better?" They study their losses like a scientist, not a victim. You know what's easy? Saying it's someone else's fault. You know what's hard? Looking yourself in the eye and saying, "This is on me, but so is the solution." The power of radical responsibility. You want to change your life? Take radical responsibility. Not 80%, not 90%, 100%. That means if you're out of shape, stop blaming metabolism, own your habits. If you're broke, stop blaming the system. Own your financial discipline. If your life is off track, stop waiting for someone to save you. Be your own rescue mission. This is the mindset of winners. They don't sit around waiting for motivation. They build habits that move them forward no matter how they feel. Excuses versus execution. Every time you make an excuse, you delay your breakthrough. Excuses give you comfort today and regret tomorrow. Execution gives you discipline today and power for a lifetime. The people who win are not the ones with the best background. They're the ones with the best mindset. They show up, they suit up, they execute over and over again, especially when it's not easy, because winners know your life doesn't change when you talk. It changes when you act. Shift the identity, become the one. You're not just here to survive, you're here to lead, to evolve, to dominate your lane. Winners wake up every day with this mentality. I am not average. I am not here to blend in. I am here to become the version of me that refuses to make excuses. Start speaking like the person you want to become. Start acting like the one who already has what you want. Start taking responsibility for your energy, your effort, your outcomes. Because once you do that, there's no limit to what you can build. Empowering reminder, responsibility is not a burden. It's a weapon, a mindset, a power that says, no matter what comes my way, I will rise. The world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe yourself everything. And that begins when you stop running from responsibility and start owning your greatness. Discipline over motivation. Here's the truth. Motivation is a liar. It shows up when it feels like it. It leaves when things get hard, and it's never there when you need it most. But discipline stays. Discipline shows up in the rain. Discipline shows up when you're tired, when you're uninspired, when nobody's watching. Discipline wins. Winners know motivation starts the race, but discipline finishes it. What discipline really means. Discipline isn't punishment. It's a commitment to your future self. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's working on your craft while others are wasting time. It's keeping your word even when your feelings change. Discipline says, I don't care how I feel. I care what I've committed to. You can either be controlled by your emotions or by your vision, but never both. Daily habits of the discipline. Discipline isn't about doing one big thing once. It's about doing small things daily, consistently, without fail. Here's how disciplined people think. They schedule their priorities, not their distractions. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They act now. They focus on progress, not perfection. They say no more than they say yes, because their future is more important than temporary pleasure. Discipline turns chaos into clarity. It turns average into excellence. It turns wishes into wins. How to build discipline? Brick by brick. Nobody's born with discipline. You build it like a muscle. You train it every day by doing the things you don't want to do when you don't want to do them. Start small. Make your bed. Set a schedule. Keep a promise. Finish what you start, then level up. Because each act of discipline is a vote for the person you're becoming. You're not building habits, you're building identity. Discipline versus the world. The world wants you to be distracted, to chase likes, trends, dopamine, to waste time, energy, and your one shot at greatness. But winners say, I didn't come this far to get comfortable. They silence the noise, they lock in. They remember that every excuse is a moment stolen from their destiny. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from regret, from weakness, from living a life far below your potential. You don't need more motivation. You need a routine, a standard, a reason that's bigger than your comfort zone. Because at the end of the day, your dreams don't care how you feel. They only care what you do. Mastering the mindset of a champion. Opening, it all starts in the mind. Champions don't just train their bodies, they master their minds. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They create their own weather. What separates winners from everyone else? It's not just talent, not luck, not even hard work. It's mindset, a relentless, unbreakable mindset that says, I will not stop, I will not fold, I will not make excuses. The inner game versus the outer game. Most people lose before they begin, not because they lack ability, but because they lose the battle within. You can't control the world. You can't control the critics, the failures, the setbacks, but you can control your response. You can control your focus. You can control your attitude. You can train your mind to bend reality in your favor. That's what champions do. 5 mindset shifts of high achievers. 1. They see failure as feedback. Failure isn't personal, it's information. They don't fear it, they study it. 2. They take full ownership. They don't blame, don't complain. If it's to be, it's up to me. 3. They act without emotion. Champions don't wait to feel like it. They act based on standards, not moods. 4. They train their focus. Attention is currency. What you focus on grows. Champions protect their focus like gold. 5. They believe it's possible because they've decided it is. The brain doesn't argue with belief. They say, this is who I am, and then their actions follow. Visualizing victory before it happens. Champions see success before it happens. They rehearse the win in their mind. They walk through pressure in advance, so when the real moment comes, they've already lived it. That's not fantasy, it's mental preparation. It's how elite athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders operate. The mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, so use that to your advantage. Ruthless elimination of excuses. When you adopt a champion mindset, excuses no longer serve you. Tired, train anyway. Scared, step forward anyway. Unsure, act anyway. Your new mindset says, I will not negotiate with weakness. I will not let fear write my story. I will not stop until the job is done. Rise of the unstoppable mindset is the birthplace of destiny. Change your mind. Change your life. You don't need more motivation. You need to upgrade your identity. Every day remind yourself, I am not average. I am built for more, and I refuse to live below my purpose. Stop waiting for permission. You want success? Then stop waiting for the green light. Start before you're ready. Move before it's perfect. Because winners don't wait, they act. They don't wait for clarity, they create it. They don't wait for confidence, they build it through action. And they sure as hell don't wait for permission. Action cures fear. Here's the truth. You don't need more time. You need more courage. You don't overcome fear by thinking. You overcome fear by moving, by stepping into it, by facing it, by doing the thing anyway. Action is the cure. Always has been, always will be. The power of consistent action. It's not the big moves once a year. It's the daily discipline, the reps, the boring, unsexy, relentless commitment to move forward even when no one's watching. That's what separates winners from talkers. Winners do it scared, do it tired, do it doubted, but most of all, they do. Burn the boats, eliminate the plan B. High achievers don't leave back doors open. They go all in. They burn the boats. When you eliminate plan B, you force your heart and mind to make plan A happen. Because comfort kills commitment, excuses feed failure, and success doesn't visit the unsure. Intensity greater than perfection. You don't need perfect plans. You don't need the right moment. You need urgency, energy, relentlessness. That's what the greats have. They move fast. They take risks. They adjust later. Winners know speed beats perfection. Done is better than perfect. The world respects action takers. Talk all you want, but the world listens to those who do. You want respect? Earn it with action. You want success? Prove it with consistency. Let your work speak. Let your results shout. Because at the end of the day, no one remembers what you planned to do. They remember what you actually did. Make your move now. Right now, someone with half your talent is living the life you want because they took action, and you made excuses. But today that ends. You're not here to play small. You're not here to fit in. You're not here to talk about what could be. You're here to do it, to live it, to become it. So stop waiting, stop overthinking, take the shot, make the move, and never look back.